Hi guys, I'm Emily.
And I'm Sophie.
And welcome back to the Girls Watch Girls Play podcast.
Bling. So lots to talk about this week. Season has come to an end, so there's lots to catch up on.
Chelsea have officially taken the WSL trophy.
Ooh.
Again.
Congrats, Chelsea.
Congrats, Chelsea. Big surprises.
But unbeaten.
Yeah, no, that was pretty crazy.
That's pretty crazy.
That is
a bit different stat as well. Yeah. Well done, Chelsea.
How's your week been?
My week?
Yeah, how's your week been?
Well, we've had a pretty crazy week.
Yeah.
But I was actually at Chelsea over the weekend. Mm-hmm. I was part of they did a collaboration with Three, the WSL network. So I was part of that this weekend. Met some great people. I was on like the media section of it. They did a players one and they did a coach one. But yeah, I was with a bunch of really cool people in women's football media, just starting out. Some of them just a lot more in it, some of them, some really cool panels. Had a great time, really good like networking. I know that word is so like annoying, but for me, I love LinkedIn.
You do. I am not a LinkedIn girly. I find it incredibly soul-sucking to be on there, but I do use it.
Yeah, I mean, I love LinkedIn. So for me, it was just like in-person LinkedIn, and I had a great time. But yeah,
it sounds like my worst nightmare. Everyone's speaking in ChatGPT.
No, not that extreme. But no, it was really good fun. Yeah, so we started the Saturday. Just there's a lot of food. Started with breakfast, a little walk through the tunnel. Players.
What did you get for breakfast?
So I'd have. Well, I couldn't eat much because there's all like bacon and stuff. But I had some eggs, some little overnight oats.
Nice.
It was lovely. But
stay in a hotel.
Got to stay in a hotel, gorgeous hotel. Thank you, Chelsea. Hilton. It was
moving
gorgeous.
Up in the world.
Literally, I was like, okay. And there's like 2 beds, open bar at the first.
You should have just messaged me. I would have come had a sleepover.
I know. Should have had a sleepover.
Yeah, but
and also I was home a bit late. There was an open bar at the first on the Saturday night. The panel was great. It was Girls on the Ball, Enya Luco and Carly Telford. Carly Telford, I think, was a little bit merry. She works for Chelsea now, and she had obviously been celebrating. Fair.
She did a little merry. I love that.
Yeah, she I think we were both a bit merry, to be fair. Me in an open bar is never a good idea, but no, it's good. Little night out as well. Love it.
Fun.
And yeah, the Sunday morning was a bit rough, but the Sunday day was, really great. Lots of fun. Met some really great people. Yeah, had a great time.
Oh, that sounds so nice.
It's a lot of fun. Got a little note.
A
few little mementos.
Yeah, you got some nice
little
stuff.
Notebook, little top.
Yeah. The top's so nice, actually.
The top's really cute.
Really cute.
Really cute.
I was worried you were going to come home with like a Chelsea shirt or
something. The thing is, I thought last year, I think they did get a Chelsea shirt. I'm not too sure. So when I saw the shirts this year, I thought, perfect, there's no Chelsea on it.
Today.
I should have, but I'm not being funny. It's not my colour.
Is it not?
It's salmon.
Salmon. I don't think anyone suits a salmon.
No. It's like their training kit, Chelsea's training. Yeah,
like it doesn't suit.
It's not. Yeah, but it's cute, and I'm glad I get to keep it because I was worried that it was going to be a Chelsea shirt, and I was going to have to ship it off to someone.
Yeah, send it to Stella.
Yeah, literally.
Stella is a Chelsea fan. Hey, Stella, if you're watching,
shout out Stella. They're gonna love that.
What else has happened this week? Well, there was the Man U Arsenal game.
Yeah,
I didn't. Well, you weren't. You were at the Chelsea. I just messed up my date so bad, and I had a friend's birthday. I couldn't go, but I wish I watched it. Oh my god. It looked so good.
Because I'm not being funny. The Chelsea-Liverpool game, it wasn't that exciting. Nothing much happened. I mean, the celebrations after were great, like so much fun. But the game itself, there wasn't a goal until like the 90th minute or something from Aggie Beaver Jones, which was great. She's great, superstar. But I mean, all the other games I was looking at, I was like, oh, they're all so exciting. At one point, Palace was up 2-0 against City.
Big weekend. I was at my friend's birthday. And I had my FOTMOB open, and I was like, oh, fuck.
I know.
What else happened? Today we got the England kit.
Oof.
Now, we have to have a conversation about this. So,
England kit. Okay, you've got 2 people at the opposite side of the spectrum with this one.
Okay, now I'm not in love with it, but I like it. And then I think that is the controversial opinion.
I do not like this kit.
And I think most people are saying that.
I think it's a bit boring. I'm not into ombre. It's giving dip dye.
The thing is, like, would you have preferred a blue stripe, a red stripe, or just red?
I don't like the colours on it. It's giving Team GB, it's giving Olympics.
It is giving GB.
It makes me sound really patriotic. I'm not, God, like, I'm not. No. But, like, Do you know what I mean? Like, I can't figure it. It just looks like a Olympics kit.
Yeah. The thing is,
and it looks really American as well. Sorry.
I agree with that. My thing is, if the sleeves were all white and the neck was white as well, I wouldn't like it like I do.
You like
the thing
little...
is, I like a little band. I like a little, the blue like on the cuff and on the neck.
They do normally
I think it's really
that.
Cute.
Yeah.
And I think that's what makes it for me. Because I agree, the ombre's a bit... I actually thought about this earlier today, and I don't even know if I want this in the podcast, but I will tell you the story anyway. It reminds me of when I was like 12, my sister had her friends round for a swim at, I don't know if I've mentioned this, but I grew up in Australia, we had a pool. And my sister had her friends round for a swim, and I was wearing like this white bikini. And it was kind of like, it was like white, and it had like a crochet layer on top of like the swimwear layer. It was like a white bikini bottoms and white bikini top. And I got out the pool and was like feeling myself. Also, I think this was before I like knew I was gay, but I was just trying to be like in front of like my sister's friends. And one of them goes, "Oh, I really like your bikini bottoms. I like the ombre." I remember thinking, she likes my bikini bottoms. And then I was like, what the fuck ombre is she talking about? So I went to the bathroom, I got my period. So my white swim shorts were like white ombre to red. And I think she was just trying to nicely tell me I'd gotten my period. But she just said, I liked the ombre. Like, I think she was trying to be like,
girl, you're bleeding.
You've got your period. And I saw the England kit, like the red ombre to white. And I was like, throwback.
For me, I think in a lot of English people, we love a classic England kit. We love an all white. We like that. And this is very much giving like, not that. It's giving modern, it's giving...
But that's what Nike is currently giving at the moment though. Adidas is doing more classic kind of kits than I think. You did look through the other Nike ones, but I do think Adidas
one's cool.
Yeah, it is. The Adidas is doing more classic kind of vibes, I think.
Yeah. And I think I just like a classic, the away shirt, do what you want. I think the home England shirt, I think it needs to be classic. And I think this is quite far from that. I mean, I'll give it a go. Nike, if you do want to send me a shirt, I will have it.
The other thing, oh my God, the white zip up.
Okay, yeah.
That is so
we love
nice.
a little jacket.
I love a little zip up.
A little zip up.
Oh, love it.
The Adidas, the Arsenal ones, sorry.
Yeah, and all the Adidas, was it Firebird ones? Yeah, they're so nice.
We love like an Adidas zip up.
Yeah.
And
obviously a Nike one now, but I really like it. The collar is like
badass.
I like it so much. I'm gonna be like, would that get dropped on Fowdies or just the kids?
Oh, it will get dropped on Nike as well.
Yeah, I was like, I'm gonna be on Fowdies at like whenever June 5th, 9 a.m. like trying to get one of them.
Speaking of Fowdies, they're opening a in-person store.
What?
This summer.
In London?
Yeah, in London, yeah. Oh. Yeah, it's really exciting for them. Great for them.
Cool.
Massive for them, yeah. I think also this summer will be great.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Is this a good time to move on to WSL 2?
I mean, what have the WPLL done?
It is god awful.
Sorry, I'm not a fan.
There are two sides of this. There is the one that everyone's got an uproar because they've done a rebrand without changing anything but a couple graphics and colours.
Yeah.
And there's the other thing, mate, those graphic colours are shit. Sorry, it's giving, oh, my niece's first year uni doing graphic design, can she do it?
Have you even seen the colours of it? It's purple, orange and pink.
It's ugly.
It's lesbian. It's giving Lesbian Super League.
Lesbian Super League. Shout out Club Level Collective. We fucking love Lesbian Super League.
Yeah, literally.
I should be wearing my hat next time. I'll wear it next episode.
Talking about the actual graphic, we'll put it on the screen now if you're watching and not just listening. I don't like the harsh and the soft lines. It's just given the year I was born. Yeah. It's given, look at me. Look how much time has passed since then.
Yeah,
this is so way back.
Not good.
And I think it's a reflection.
Pixar.
Yeah, it's a reflection of like the whole rebrand feels very backwards anyway. The logo itself visibly looks backwards, but also this whole WSL2 is what it used to be called.
Yeah.
And then in 2018 it became the Women's Championship.
It became its own thing, like
as it
that's
should
the whole
be.
point of it.
I mean, for me also, if they're trying to group this thing together of the Women's Super League leagues, which is the WSL 1, WSL 2, and it's the start of them trying to expand the women's football pyramid in the UK, which is which is great. It needs expansion, it needs more funding. But I don't think you can group together two leagues that are so far apart.
Yeah.
You have clubs like Arsenal and Chelsea. Chelsea spending 1 million on Naomi Gama. And then you have clubs in the Championship, which is now going to be classed as a women's Super League, like league, whether it's one or two.
Yeah.
You have clubs like Blackburn Rovers that...
Well, we're about to get onto that,
I know, but you have clubs like Blackburn Rovers that can barely pay their players £9,000 a year.
It's crazy. It's absolutely insane.
You can't group that into the same league, especially calling it Super. Like, some of these clubs are so far from Super. They have so much work to do.
Yeah, it's a real shame.
If you're also going to group them together, you need to make the transition from what was the Championship to the WSL smoother. You see clubs go up and go back down.
Yeah. We saw that with
It just
Crystal
proves
Palace
how...
this year.
Exactly. And last year, it was the same with Bristol. It's just so separate, and now they're grouping them together, and it just doesn't make any sense to me at all.
Yeah.
It's also like a film, isn't it? Like, also, no one ever talks about, like, the second movie. If you're talking about a series of movies, you always talk about the first one.
It's giving Legally Blonde too.
It is. Who's seen that? No one.
I have.
It's overshadowing.
It's not very good.
It just overshadows the Women's Championship, which I think has really come into its own in the last season or two.
Absolutely, especially this last season.
Yeah. I think
especially with the title race at the end, like...
Yeah, and it just sounds stupid as well.
Yeah.
The WSL 2.
Also, have you seen the colours? It looks very, very, very similar to the World Surf, is it League? Or...
Yeah.
It looks like the exact same, and it's got like the same names and the colours look the same. It just looks a bit shit.
It looked great before.
Yeah.
No one ever thought that the issue in women's football was the way the graphics of the Barclays Women's Super League or like the name of the championship. The issues are much deeper than that.
Yeah.
And it's not saying that they're not going to go into that.
Yeah, which is also like, we still have a long while before the next season. Obviously, this one's just finishing. There could be more changes, like such as things with like VAR technology and stuff.
Like also, if this is a start of the rebrand, albeit quite not visually,
it's not good.
Pleasing,
it's not a good start.
Like people, they're not going to start a movement of change before they do this rebrand. It would have looked silly if they were like, oh, all these changes and now a new logo.
Yeah.
People would have been like, what? Whereas if they do this weird new logo and new name...
Maybe could have come out all together, I don't know. But then also it's
I don't know,
marketing
but also
technique
are
to
they
slowly
doing
release
anything?
Information. But also, I think we are right to be... Now is the time to be making noise about the lack of change in funding and,
Yeah, for sure.
So with the rebrand, I think it is right that everyone is like, this looks shit and this is not what we needed. But I also think maybe we are going to get we may get what we need and want a bit later, but who knows, now is the right time to be making those demands.
And also those things that the women's game needs, the funding, the like higher punishment and kind of just awareness on issues like homophobia, racism, transphobia,
misogyny,
everything.
Yeah.
Those are all very long-term things that can't be like done like that.
Yeah.
I can go on Canva and I can make you a new logo. Do you know what I mean? I'm very sorry to whoever made it, but
yeah, respect to your craft, but
just maybe like not the
fave.
vibe for this. I'm hoping. You know what I'm hoping? It was AI.
You know what? Chances are, again, we're entering a recession. It probably
some
was
of the
AI.
Things that they put out, like they put out this whole graphic of Ella Toon, and it said like Ella Toon, but then it had like details, like how in spy films and stuff where it's like doodle age, name, where they come from. It
was all spelt wrong.
It said Ella Toll, TOLH, and it said she was born in like
Def's AI.
It said she was born like
Definitely
something
AI.
September 19, nothing else. Def's AI. I'm not being funny. We've tried some stuff with AI before.
Oh my god, it's hilarious.
And like
it's hilarious.
We tried to make logos with them before.
Yeah, we tried to do our Girls Watch Girls Play.
Like inspo.
Yeah, and then I made it myself.
Yeah, this is handmade.
Sorry if there's a lighting change. My camera died because I forgot to charge it and it might die again. So we'll see what happens.
Now we're going to move on to talk about Blackburn Rovers. Basically was announced today that via a WhatsApp.
That is crazy. Okay, via group WhatsApp.
But apparently there's a 99% chance that the club's owners won't be financially supporting the team next season. So this is like in respect of it fitting the requirements of the Championship WSL 2. So in terms of infrastructure, staffing, in terms of welfare for the players. Now, Blackburn Rovers announced, or it came out last year, that they are only paying their players £9,000 a year. They don't train every day, but they don't get paid for away days. So, you know, away days often include, you know, staying overnight. They don't get paid for that. £9,000 is not a lot of money.
Was Blackburn who had Kira Walsh in the academy, Ella Toone, Georgia Samway. So lots of big stars coming up through their academy.
Yeah, so Ella Toone went there, I think, on loan. But yeah, Kira Walsh was there from young. Georgia Samway as well. So yeah, two very big names in English women's football.
So it's like
Georgia has also spoken out about, not this has literally just come out today, but she's spoken out about it before, about how it's horrid to hear that they're not supporting the women's team. It's just been a topical conversation for very long. And yeah, so they might have to drop out of the Championship. We saw that with Reading last season, having to drop out of the league, which is meant that this season they've had to operate on 11 teams because it happened really last minute. And I don't know if this will happen that last minute again, where it will be reduced even less to 10 teams, because they're already, you know what I mean? There's already, it's getting smaller.
I mean, like, it's crazy because, you know, on one hand, you have like this whole opinion about, you know, Chelsea putting a lot of money into their team and like buying people like Naomi Goma and stuff for like £1 million is, you know, ruining the WSL. But I feel like you can't be angry about teams having to drop out because they don't have enough funding and they're choosing not to put funding in, and then also be mad that teams who do have the opportunity to put funding in and buy good players and push the game forward with the amount of money that they're putting in and setting a good standard, that you can't have both.
You can't, but also, you know, you can't have clubs like Blackburn Rovers willing to operate and try to operate a women's team that they don't support. You know, those players have done so well this season without any of the financial backing, like nothing. I think I heard that they're not even allowed to use the same coffee machine as the men. Like, just ridiculous things like that.
Insane.
They've done so well to stay in that league.
Yeah.
They've been in a relegation battle, but they did what they had to do.
Yeah, I mean,
and like,
these girls are working probably full-time jobs.
And the staff there as well.
These girls are probably working full-time jobs alongside having a professional football career.
Yeah.
You'd never hear about that kind of thing in a men's game.
No, never.
Not nearly at that level.
Not at what is going to be rebranded as the WSL 2.
What, like tier 2, like?
It's ridiculous. And yeah, shame on
It is a massive shame. It's a massive shame. It just shows that if there need to be cuts, the first thing that will go is a women's team.
For sure.
The first thing that we'll get rid of is support for the women's teams.
Blackburn Rovers, the men's side, they operate in the Championship. They're not like a suffering team at all. And also the cry for women's football in the north is like so loud. I went to the Tyne and Wear derby and like the attendance was insane.
Yeah,
that area,
third most.
It's the third, the highest attendance of the season across not the WSL, but the Championship as well. Like that's insane of this season. That is crazy. And it just shows how much that area of the country is crying out for women's football, how high the demand is there. It's great. Like, I don't understand how clubs like that, like Blackburn Rovers, cannot see the potential if what they want is money, if they can't see the business financial benefit of investing in their women's team. It's crazy.
Yeah.
I don't get it.
We were talking to someone recently and saying like how much the women's teams rely on support from the men's side and that the men's side pouring money into it as well. But then now we've seen London City Lionesses now get promoted to the WSL. Yeah. And that is, from what I've seen, one of the first teams with no men's side. Like,
it's the only like team in the top two in the top two tiers that has no like men's side to it. And investors like Michelle Kang are definitely huge drivers of what's going to be the next era of women's football and women's sport in general. She's not just investing in football. She wants to do everything, tennis, netball.
She's absolutely incredible. Also, I'm so excited to see what London City do this year.
Me too.
I can't wait to go to some games.
Yeah.
And as much as they're London City, they are from your ends in Kent.
Yeah, Kent. Big up K Sports.
The centre of London,
Aylesford.
Kent.
It's like Aylesford. I'm like, that's not Kent. They're like,
that's not London, you mean?
That's not London.
It is Kent.
It is definitely
It's very much Kent.
I see the players tagging things like cafes, and I'm like, that's Westmoreland. I'd go there for a Chinese. It's been quite known for a while that Everton Men's Stadium is getting moved to a bit of a bigger, more modern one. I mean, Goodison Park is a very historic stadium, one of the kind of first 3 tiers of its kind. So yeah, loads of history there. But yeah, there's a lot of rumours of it getting knocked down. But yeah, it's great to hear that it's going to the women.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, surprise!
Surprise, Shawty!
Yeah, really exciting news that came out today.
That's so cool. That is really cool.
It is cool. I mean, I had a few people be like, oh, the women just getting like the leftovers of the men. You know.
Take what you can. I mean, I'd take what I can get. It's a great stadium.
Great stadium. Yeah, I just think, cool. It's great.
Yeah,
they could knock it down, but they're not.
Yeah.
And they said it'll be their main home. Hopefully they get to play maybe some games in the new stadium, which would be really nice. But it's a good thing for Everton and the north of football. So
absolutely.
Also good for the stadium. It's very historic, and I think a lot of Everton fans would have been quite sad to see it go. So it might be a good thing to get some more people into the games, knowing that it will still be there.
Absolutely.
So yeah, cool. So season's over.
Yes, we want to do like a little bit of a roundup of our...
A reflection.
Yeah, our favourite things, but we don't know what each other have planned.
No.
So we've got a favourite player or like best player of the season.
Yep.
And then we have a best game of the season or favourite game of the season. I don't know if we did best or favourite, doesn't matter. And then we have best or favourite moment from the season.
Yeah.
Do you want to start with a player? My player of the season is Aggie Beever-Jones.
Oh my god, I was going to say her.
I thought you were.
I was going to say
Aggie Beever-Jones has been...
Superstar.
She's been an absolute superstar this season. I think it's been a great breakout season for her. Like, she had great moments. Like, she got Chelsea into the FA Cup final.
Yep.
There was also the game on the weekend, which made them go unbeaten when she scored against Liverpool. She has some amazing moments. She's gotten onto the squad for Lionesses now.
Yeah, she's great.
And she's just insane. I think she's had an amazing season.
My player of the season is Miss Olivia Smith.
Okay.
She has been great.
Yeah.
It's her first professional season. And she came over from Canada. She's just been spectacular. She's just a pain in the arse for anyone playing against her.
Yeah.
Pain in the arse. And I love that. I love that for her. And it's like a player that you want on your team, really, isn't it? Someone just to be a little shit.
Yeah. Pocket rocket.
But yeah, she's great. And I mean, it's such a shame she got injured in that game against Chelsea on the weekend. But I mean, I don't know who, I was with a lot of people on the weekend, so I don't know who
I was networking all weekend.
Yeah, so I was networking, but I heard someone say that they've been basically playing her through injury the past few weeks. They've been resting her from training and then putting her in for the last session and then playing her. And then obviously that's kind of taken its toll.
Again, guys, sorry about the lighting change. The camera died again, and then we decided to eat dinner.
But we're kind of loving this. So
I'm loving the nighttime
start
look.
Doing night shoots.
Did we ever mention that we lived together?
I think we did.
Well, we lived together.
Yeah, we did.
I just cooked dinner.
Because we're friends.
We're flatmates.
And we're friends. What the f***?
I think of you as a shareholder in the flat. We're doing game of the season.
This is a game that I wish you were there for.
Okay.
You unfortunately weren't. But the Arsenal-West Ham game was bloody nuts. I think West Ham were up 2-0 before half-time. It was just really not expected, terrifying, and I love a little surprise that from West Ham. It wasn't so thrilling when I was there. And also I was by myself, so when you're by yourself, I feel like I can't react the way I really want to react because people will look at me and think, oh, this girl is nuts.
Yeah.
But it was such a good game. I mean, for a neutral, that game must have been so much fun. I think all games like that are so much fun for neutrals. But yeah, that was a good one. Really intense and good on West Ham, to be honest. But
playing a lot better this season. We said that last episode as well.
But thank God Arsenal kind of pulled through and managed to get the win out of that one.
My game of the season is probably the most stressful game I've ever seen.
Yep.
Second leg of the Real Madrid game, not the Lyon game.
Yeah.
Second leg of the Real Madrid game that we were there at.
Yeah, such a good game.
Or not even the second. Yeah. That was, as we said, the atmosphere was absolutely electric.
Yeah.
I've never seen anything like that before.
And who also agreed with us on that?
Alex Scott! We made a TikTok doing the atmosphere was absolutely electric.
Yeah, we'll pop it in here.
Oh, that was crazy. I've never actually experienced that sort of atmosphere again before. It's absolutely electric.
She didn't like it. She actually favorited it.
Yeah, we have this whole plot that she was with Jess and they were giggling about it and thought we were hilarious. And we also think it was the start of
Yeah, we've had some pretty amazing things happen since then. We think Alex and Jess put a
hex,
a good hex,
a really good one,
a fun hex, wished us well or something like that.
So thank you, Alex Scott.
Thank you, Alex Scott. But again, the game was incredible. Also, that it was all in the second half. It was 3 goals in the first 14 minutes of the second half.
Yeah, we were second row, middle of the pitch. It was just everything about it.
It was a gorgeous evening. We were in tank tops. It was one of the first summery evenings. The game was insane. I really didn't think that we were going to make it. And it was just, honestly, I've never... And then afterwards, we're at the pub, and who drives by?
Oh, Caitlin and Kate.
Yeah, Caitlin and Katie.
Yeah.
And they were...
Stuck at the traffic lights.
They wound their windows down, were celebrating us. We were all at the Tollington.
Yeah.
It was so much fun. Seriously, apart from when we went to the Conti Cup final last year, that's probably my favourite game I've ever been to. I
mean, where we are now, we're in the final, so holy shit.
Yeah, I didn't not have faith in my own team, but
Leon,
I didn't think it was going to happen.
No, neither.
I didn't think it was going to happen.
I was so happy. So happy. It is happening.
It was
such a good game. But everything about it was so good. The game was so good.
Yeah. Our seats were so good.
Our seats were so good.
Right in the middle, second row.
We spoke to the loveliest couple in the pub as well. Yeah. Just a bit of an older couple. Just
middle-aged.
Yeah, speaking about...
Probably similar to our parents,
I think that's why we thought it was so sweet.
Yeah.
And then, Caitlin and Katie drove past and, everyone went nuts. I also think I said... Did I say before? I was like, oh, Katie and Caitlin drive past.
Yeah, you did.
I did, and then they did drive past. Because they always film them. They are lovers of Snapchat.
Yeah.
I think they do...
They must have a partnership with Snapchat.
They do have a partnership,
no way that they'd be active on Snapchat for no money. I'm sorry.
I think they do have a partnership with them.
Who uses Snapchat?
I use Snapchat to watch their stories.
Okay.
But, no, yeah. So they always put on their Snapchat and then driving past. So I was like, we'll see. It's something they do. Yeah. And they did. And I don't know what happened, but I'm on a table. One minute I'm in the seat. Next minute I'm on a table.
When things like that happen, you're off like a flash.
I am.
I always look for you we're going to experience this moment together. No, we won't. 'Cause she's climbing over the fence. She's launching herself off a building to be involved. I'm like, moment together. And you're like,
oh, that, wait.
Beep.
Wait, what do you mean launching off?
You launched up and started dancing.
I couldn't go anywhere. I'm so that's not my fault you weren't non-verbal.
What do you think I go non-verbal for?
Maybe that's not my fault.
Oh no, I go non-verbal. Yeah, that's
you went non-verbal.
So there's fight, flight, or freeze, and I seem to do that even in positive situations where I just freeze. But then I look to have a moment with you, and you're nowhere to be seen. But I love you for it. You're on the table like this.
I wasn't far.
I'm watching you were dancing.
I wasn't far. I wasn't allowed. Couldn't get out. I was so confused. I was dizzy.
Or our favourite moment from the season. Okay, this is where I have a special mention. Because it wasn't really this season. It's not really a team like a league team. Okay, it's basically like this time last year. I've wanted to bring it up with you. I feel like we never actually spoke about it. When Canada sent a drone over New Zealand's camp to spy on them at the Olympics. That's my favourite thing to happen in football. I think that's hilarious.
It's brilliant. I think it's so funny.
New Zealand?
I know.
That is hilarious.
I know. It's
was it July last year?
Nothing on New Zealand, but what on earth are they doing?
And I didn't think New Zealand was the team to beat for them.
That's what I mean. Like, no offense.
No, New Zealand, like, yeah, but they're not on the top.
Well, obviously, this is coming off the back of Canada winning the last Olympics, so it makes everything just that little bit worse. And I feel so bad for the players. Like,
oh my god, yeah, I'd be absolutely fucking fuming.
But yeah, I think everyone got sacked. All the staff. So I mean, fair enough. I just
wanted to bring that up as one of my favourite moments in
international.
With the last 12 months. Yeah.
Yeah.
Anyway, my actual best moment is Kirsten Kasperai, the day or 2 days after the Supreme Court ruling, getting up her trans wristband and giving it a kiss. And what was it, like her second goal ever for Man City? I think. Something like that. And then she's just incredible. And then she picked up Mary Fowler's jersey and held it up, to support Mary as well. I just think, Kirsten, aren't you brilliant? I love her.
She's just such an incredible and important ally in women's football. You need people creating noise, big names, people that people look up to.
Absolutely. And she's a huge player. And I love a lot of big players. A lot of them don't say things. I know that they probably have a lot of agents and PR that you can't say this, you can't say that. But I really, really, really respect Kirsten for always having something to say about queerness, especially. Like, obviously there's the kissing the trans wristband, but also like a lot of players in the game are queer and some more open about it. But I love how Kirsten, she's always posting, like she posts on Coming Out Day, National Lesbian Visibility Day. Like she's
posts all the time, and her and her girlfriend are just
so
sweet.
Cute. I just love people.
Shout out to them too, Kirsten
Ruth Brown, love you.
Government name. My moment of the season is kind of a game, but it's more of the moment about that game. It's the second leg of the semi-final
with Leon,
Champions League. Leon. That in that pub, obviously, like getting to a Champions League final with your team is crazy. Like, first time in 18 years. Like, I just feel so lucky.
The statistics and the stats were also against us.
Everything was against us, and there was a lot for us personally riding on that game. It just meant a lot, and we're really happy that the girls pulled through.
It was just
for us
incredible. And we're at the Tollington. It was you, me, and my partner Harriet, and it was just incredible. We were like talking about it the other day, and how it was just like when we first got to the Tollington and we were sat there, we'd smile at some other Arsenal fans, we talk or whatever.
And the pub was sorry, I was just gonna say, it wasn't a game day at the Emirates, and there were a lot of Arsenal fans in there, like came to watch the game, which we thought was so lovely. And it's like a women's game, it was just nice to see people turned up.
Yeah, absolutely.
When there wasn't even a game on at the Emirates, it was in Leon. But anyway, sorry, carry on.
I was saying like when we first got there, like you didn't really speak to anyone, obviously, like you don't know them. By the end of the game,
we were hugging
onto people, you're hugging onto them, like you're celebrating with them, you're singing with them. Yeah. You're all together, and like there's something incredible about that kind of game, bringing fans together, and
so special.
The culture that comes with it is just insane. And that's what I find so special about football.
Yeah,
is like the connection you have with people you'd never usually speak to.
I mean, that's why we love it, isn't it? We love the game and the intensity of it, but we love the community and the fan part of it, and just
absolutely
this togetherness that it has.
So great to be a part of something.
So lovely to be part of. Like, we live in like such a world of like no community anymore,
especially in London. I find it hard. Like, it's such a big city with so many people, but like
everyone has their own things going on.
How many deep connections are you making on a day-to-day basis? Like, not a lot, but like going to the football, like
it's music and football, the only things that bring people together in that amount of numbers these days. And I'm just so happy to be a part of it. And it's just, I can't wait for the final.
Yeah, me too.
It's going to be great. And
I think it'll be scary, but look, the stats were against us for Real Madrid. Stats were against us for Leon. I don't know how against they were us for Munich.
I think
they were against us.
They were. We were 5-2 down or something crazy.
But like every single one, the stats were against us. So we'll see how it goes. But we're just there. Isn't that great?
We're so happy to be there.
We're in the final.
And well done, girls. And also that moment, just pure like.
Oh, it was brilliant. Getting that goal right at the start to make an even playing field.
They scored it every moment.
Energy,
they had to. Like, I was like, we need an early goal. We need a goal just before halftime, just after halftime, and just another one to secure it. And it was like heaven's earth.
It was textbook good.
Yeah, it was like my prayers and manifestations worked. I genuinely prayed.
Remember we did that TikTok and we got the crystals out and we did a little spell on them as a joke. I think suddenly I'm really good at witchcraft because it turns out really well.
And it didn't get that many likes, but we got quite a few DMs being like, it worked. Do it again.
Do it again for the Barca game.
So we are gonna do it
I'll
again.
absolutely be doing a little spell or whatever we did before. I don't know how it happened, but absolutely getting back into that.
For sure. Anyway, that
was fun. Sorry about all the different lighting changes if you're watching visually. If you're listening, then
don't
ignore
worry
everything
about
I've said. But so nice to be here again.
Yeah, love chatting football.
Yeah, love chatting football with you. And please do let us know what you want to hear about next. Obviously, we'll be talking about Champions League a lot coming up.
Big next week, yeah.
And a lot more about Euros as that also comes up. But yeah, we've got some exciting stuff coming along. So please, if you want to see some exciting stuff, buckle in. It is going to be great.
Yeah.
It is going to be so good.
Also, just I'll say it again, FA Cup this weekend. If you're not doing anything for the game, head to the Girl Events watch party. They're doing a viewing of the FA Cup final. I'm not sure, I think it's in East London.
Yeah, if you're a London-based queer or ally, please show up. We'll be there.
Yeah, we will. We can't wait.
You can follow us on @GirlsWatchGirlsPlay on both Instagram and TikTok.
See you next week.
See you next week, guys. It was lovely seeing you. Ciao.
Mwah.